Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. We are back for our second match of the night. We got 5 bangers coming at you tonight, but right now in our second match, we're going to the Titan League. We've got the number 9 seed Bananas going up against the number 10 seed Inferno. Your boy Psychonautic in the booth, ready to bring this Titan action straight to you, and I'm joined by a Nemesis OG, long-standing member of the Venganza team, and a caster here for quite some time. The man, the myth, the legend, Fishy. How you doing tonight, my man?
I'm doing great. You really you humble me with these intros here, Psycho.
I do what I can. All right, so you being the Titan player, fill us in here. We got the Bananas versus Inferno. The survey in Discord is favoring Inferno, 25 votes to Bananas, 22 votes. That's pretty close. But what do you think, Fishy?
I think the survey really reflects with how I feel about this matchup. I definitely think it's going to be close and closer than their matchup they had just this last Wednesday, where Inferno did sweep Bananas. But that was a bit uncharacteristic. I feel like Bananas, they could have a much stronger showing than they showed just on the last week of the season.
Yeah, I think you may very well be right about that. And, you know, these teams historically, Bananas are actually in the lead with the series. They're actually leading 6-4 over, you know, the course of the entirety of the Titan League. But in the current season, they're actually 1-1, like you said. Inferno swept Bananas, but earlier in the season, Bananas were able to win 3-1. So this is kind of a symbolic match for them. Not only is one of them going home here tonight, but one of them's going to take essentially the lead for the season record.
Yeah, these are the matches where the teams have their backs against the line, and we just have to wait and see who pulls out on top and steps up in the clutch.
Yes, and we certainly will do that as we're going to get into this Titan League action, ladies and gentlemen. Bananas versus Inferno. One team moves on to play on Saturday for a spot in the playoffs, and the losers go home. Fishy, let me get that official caster prediction from you. From the Titan League, who do you think's taking this?
As much as I like Bananas, I know they were highlighted in that news post as one of the sleeper teams. I do think Inferno has just shown up when it matters most this season, so I can't bet against them, and especially Caden on this Inferno roster, who always shows up in playoffs.
Yes, he certainly does. A well-known player here in the Nemesis Gaming League. He was able to win the Season 3 championship with Pinnacle, and I believe he's a 4-time All-Star player here in the Nemesis League, so definitely expecting to see some pop-off plays from him. One-tap Steph, popping it up. Kaio gets up to it. Butters going to get demoed before he can get down to the ball. Caden with the flick off the backboard. Can't find the read off of one-tap Steph's car. Tommy popping it up, looking for Bravo. Kyle gets the flick to the mid. One-tap Steph puts it back down to the mid. Caden going to get to the ball first. Butters taking control. Beat out by Bravo, sending it down. Nobody from Inferno back. This could be dangerous. Bravo off the side, finding the middle. One-tap Steph to put it in an empty net. Where was Inferno, Fishy?
I'm not even sure where Inferno went. The replay doesn't even go back far enough to see. It looks like Kaio just over-rotated as the third man. He must have been front left when both of his teammates were going for a passing play. So a huge overcommit from Inferno will gift Bananas the first goal of the game.
And with 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock, Bananas taking the lead in the early first, or at least in the first half of game number 1. And this is a best of 5 series. So first team to 3 wins. Tommy with the flick past. Tommy getting bumped by his teammate in the midfield. Neither teammate able to get to that ball. Butters taking his time off of his backboard. Gets the second touch over Tommy. Caden looking for the dribble, but goes for the fake. Butters with a huge demo play, and Caden gonna slot that one through.
That's a huge play from Butters. He wanted to take the dribble, but realized if he goes for the demo, the defender couldn't do anything about it. That's great team play coming out from Inferno, and especially Butters out of their own defensive end.
Inferno having to claw their way through the regular season to get into this play-in match. They are not going to give up easily. They want that playoff run. Caden looking to get another chip under his belt, I'm sure. Bravo coming in, but he can't get it through Caden. In Inferno's defensive zone, Tommy getting a takeaway by Kaio. The ball's up, still in Inferno's zone. Butters out of his corner. One touch. Can't follow it. Can't beat out Bravo. Off the backboard, one tap. Steph can't get it through the defense as we reach the midway point in this match here, Fishy. Both teams looking pretty good, I gotta say.
Yeah, both looking good, but Inferno definitely looking like the more aggressive team of the two as they go for a double commit there in midfield. But they really seem to be pushing everything into Banana's half, trying to force everything at net, which it could work out for them or it could cost them on a counter, so we'll see if that play style can really help them in this game.
Yeah, eventually one of these teams is going to buckle. Well, who will it be? Right now it's Inferno as one tap Steph, finding that pass from his teammate.
And that's the aggressive playstyle coming to bite Inferno. You see Butters, he could have jumped for a 50 in the midfield, but instead opted to go and steal the opponent's boost, leaving both of his teammates stuck with 0 to fight off the Bananas attack, which, as you can see, it didn't work out for him.
That was a rip play right there, but with 1 minute and 45 seconds left, Inferno still not out of this game. Plenty of time to clap back at the Bananas here. Kaio putting one up, but Tommy gonna get to it. Tommy able to take a little bit of time. 50s with Caden. Butters is up, looking for a second one, but leaves it for Caden. As Kaio's there, he's gonna find the back of the net past two defenders.
What a shot from Kaio here. It's risky to go up for those balls. You see both of his teammates falling from the sky. He doesn't care. He's ready and there to place it bottom corner past two defenders in the net. And that's what Inferno needed to bounce back.
They are now tied, minute 26 on the clock. We got a tied ball game, 2-2. Butters with the fake, but doesn't get it past the last defender. Almost taking the lead. Kaio taking it out to the mid, trying to get control. Has to flick it off the backboard. Caden with the touch, but he's going to bump Bravo on his rotation out. Kaio and Butters both up for the ball as it's sent down to Banana's corner. Butters there with it. It gets bounced out to the mid. Kaio with a long ball off the backboard. Kaio still sticking with it, taking it up the corner, getting the pinch to the mid. One tap Steph, definitely awkward. Trying to stick with the ball, but not able to. As time winds down, we are now under 60 seconds. Both of these teams looking for the back of the net, looking to end it here in regulation. Inferno just a little bit more aggressive than Bananas have been so far, but Bananas not giving up. In the final 30 seconds, one tap Steph with a huge shot on net gets knocked away by Caden. Tommy almost getting a big play in the midfield. Bounce back to Bravo, and Butters makes a save on the goal line. Inferno not giving up defensively, looking to push this into the overtime in the final 10 seconds. Can Kaio and Caden make a play off the backboard? Bravo is there, sending it away. 5 seconds left before we enter overtime. Caden looking for one more shot at it, but it's going to drop. Fishy, we've got overtime in game number 1.
I love what the Bananas are doing right now. They're sending an enforcer into Inferno's half to just create some chaos. They've needed some offense, and maybe those bumps will help them out in the overtime.
Maybe they will. Maybe they'll be the condemning. Oh, KO finding a pass from Butters. I didn't even see him there.
Looks like one tap Steph and Tommy didn't see him there either. They thought that there would be a player rushing for the shot. Both jump up to reach it, but Kaio just waiting there patiently for the ball to fall right to him to place into the open net.
Inferno taking game number 1 of the series. You know they got to be feeling good right now. It always feels good to get that first win. Bananas playing really good with 8 shots on net, 4 saves. They just unfortunately weren't able to crack the Inferno defense as they played really, really strong defense right there. 6 saves of their own.
And I'm really looking at Kaio, who stepped up. Like I said before, he kind of overcommitted for the first goal, giving Bananas the early lead. But after that, he really played lights out, and you see him there top of the scoreboard for Inferno and scoring that overtime goal.
Yeah, and I'm also interested to see if Caden was kind of using that as a warm-up match a little bit. He definitely had some good plays in there, but as one of the bigger players here in Nemesis, I'm kind of expecting to see a little bit more pop off from him. We'll have to see some, Fishy. I know sometimes people just have nights where they're not popping off, they're not feeling it or whatever, but I always do love to see Caden do his thing on the pitch.
Yeah, it's great to see it whenever he does, but so far in that game one, he didn't need to. His Butters and Kaio really stepped up for him there. Not that he played bad at all, but we know what he can do when he pops off.
Oh, most definitely. Bravo winning that kickoff as we get into game number 2 here, ladies and gentlemen. Inferno up by 1 in the series. Kaio off the sidewall. One tap Steph in the mid. Butters putting it up the wall. And as we ping pong back and forth now a little bit, but it looks like it's going to go in favor of the Bananas here. They're going to get the first look at offensive pressure. One tap Steph up, but missing his touch in the mid. Tommy trying to get a block on Kaio. Kaio not touching the ball. Tommy sticking with it. Bravo off the backboard. One tap up for it, but can't beat out the defender. Tommy sending it back. Butters trying to send it away. Inferno just trying to get out of their defensive zone at this point, Fishy. They haven't had much offensive time yet.
Yeah, they're really struggling to get some boost. We saw earlier there, Caden went all the way to Banana's side to try and steal their boost and bring it back for his team, but he even got demoed right away. So really nothing Inferno has been doing has been helping them get out of their own half yet.
And that's quite unfortunate for them, as we know that no matter how good you may be at defense, you just have to constantly be saving shots. Eventually, either your rotations are going to mess up or you're going to have a mechanical issue. Something's going to happen. A crack is going to form, and then the other team's going to score. We're still sitting at a 0-0 score line with 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Neither of these teams able to find the back of the net. One tap, putting it up, almost getting the bar down, goes off the crossbar. Bravo not able to make the read. Caden sends it out. Butters trying to get the redirect up. One tap there for it. Kaio out to Butters in the mid. Butters going to beat out the defender, but they leave it. One tap going to get a free look here. Down to Tommy. Can't get it through Butters. The 50 comes out in the Inferno's defensive zone. Caden up in the corner, sends it down. One tap to the mid, looking for Bravo. Finds him as it goes up the sidewall. Tommy taking his time with it. Caden making a save there as Tommy sends one on net from the midfield. We get closer and closer to the halfway point here in game number 2, Fishy. Still neither of these teams have scored. Neither of them really doing as much offensively as they were. Oh my! Let me put my foot directly in my mouth as the one tap Steph comes out.
Yeah, it really wasn't open net on the first touch there, but he had to style on him with the double off the ground. That really is just a result of Banana's sustained pressure. You could see no big clears able to come out from Inferno for 2.5 minutes. If you can't get one clear out, eventually one of those shots going to find its way in the net.
Not only that, but Inferno still with 0 shots on net halfway through this game. They have not been able to generate any offensive pressure, and you can't score any goals if you don't make any shots, as we all know. And Tommy putting it down off the crossbar, the double commit coming out from Bananas. Unfortunate for them is that could have been a conversion. One tap Steph with the pinch. Sends it off the backboard. Bravo not able to get up to it in time. Caden with the second touch. Can't get it through one tap. Butters coming in like a wrecking ball, but his shot gonna go highly wide of the net. Caden with the bounce up to Butters with the bounce as well. Tommy out of the corner. Not able to do too much with it as Caden is going to send it out in 1 minute and 35 seconds now left on the clock here, Fishy. Bananas up by 1. Inferno still 0 recorded shots on net.
Yeah, Bananas aren't letting their foot off the gas. They're still trying to keep everything out in front of them in Inferno's half, which hasn't come to bite them just yet. Inferno had a couple of good looks at goal, but just unable to convert them so far.
Butters getting up in front of Tommy, keeping him from being able to redirect that one towards his net. Bravo and Tommy gonna double commit there. Caden Bounces it off the backboard. One tap puts it towards his corner, but Caden is still there. And Inferno gonna double there. The ball gets, and the last defender gets beat out, but Kyle makes it back in time. Caden with a huge clear, sending it all the way back to the Bananas wall. Kyle with the control, low 50s, but can't keep control of the ball. And Caden off the sidewall, sending it up. Bravo's there for it. 30 seconds left now. Inferno really needing to find the back of the net here. And Kyle might do just that, but Bravo making a last second save, popping it up just in time. 20 seconds on the clock now. Inferno looking like they might just drop game number 2 here. Bananas looking to tie the series. In the final 10 seconds, Inferno has to do something right now if they want to tie this game up and send it into another OT. Kyle with the pop, gets it away from Bravo. Butters trying to keep it up. One tap pops it away and then gonna put it down. Bananas, your winners of game number 2. We got a tied series, ladies and gentlemen.
And really just missing some of that offensive prowess from Inferno. Only one shot in the entire game coming in the last 20 seconds there. It seems like their rotations were a bit off. They just couldn't follow each other's touches the whole game and left to them getting suffocated.
Yeah, and I mean, I gotta say, not trying to toss shade or anything here, but for a Titan match, that felt really, really slow. Like, really nothing was happening. The Bananas did have a lot of good sustained pressure there, but even that, 7 shots only turned into 1 goal. And Inferno only had to save 4 of those shots. So really, Bananas weren't doing a whole lot on the offensive zone, in their offensive zone, even though it was more than Inferno, and that's essentially what gave them the win.
And a lot of times with those slower games, it's due to really wide rotations taken. You see a lot of times players from both of these teams going all the way to the opponent's corner for demos for boost, and that leaves the man on the ball with no boost to work with, which slows down the play a ton. So if they just kind of play with each other, all 3 back, I think we could see the pace speed up quite a bit.
We'll see how game number 3 goes as we move into the Coliseum. Kyle in the midfield pops it up. Tommy's there to make the touch. Up to Bravo off the wall. Butters pops it up. Caden gets the beat, but then gets batted away from following the ball. And Tommy trying to get it out to the mid. Caden clearing it out. Caden sticking with it. Tries to read it off Bravo. Bravo not getting a touch. One tap going to get a demo off Butters. Caden missing the touch on Bravo. Butters with the 50, but this is dangerous for Inferno. Caden is there. Sends the ball away. Kaio sticking with it, trying to get the flick past Tommy. Not able to. Caden getting dunked by Bravo and nobody back. One tap's gonna steal that.
Again, this comes all the way down to about 10 seconds ago when Butters, he tried to drive under Kaio to go for a demo, and all of a sudden he's not back in rotation to be in net. Inferno has been missing their third man because they have been overcommitting him on these offensive plays.
And that's definitely something they're not going to be able to do, not with how aggressive this Bananas roster is. They're going to punish them for it a lot. We've seen them punished for it multiple times so far in this series, and if they don't quit doing that, they're going to continue to get punished for it. Kaio gonna leave the ball, let one tap get a touch on it. Tommy's there for it. He beats out the defender. Now Bananas up by 2.
What a play from one tap off of the wall. Looks like all Inferno players waiting for him to put a shot on net. Instead, he just drops it down to Tommy. What a smart touch from him, realizing that he had space to dump it off to a teammate.
And good speed from Tommy there, able to get up there and find that pass from one tap. Love to see the chemistry coming out from this team. Butters gonna get it stolen away by Tommy. Tommy looking for the bump, finds it on Kaio, but Caden able to get in front of the ball, get the save. Kaio in the midfield finds Caden. Caden can't get anything past the corner. Tommy sends it down. Tommy to follow. Kaio gonna come from behind, take it away from him. Double commit from Inferno there, but it works out for him. Tommy misses his touch in the corner. Kaio up to Butters in the corner. Butters trying to follow. One tap just going to take it away from him. One tap out of the corner, looking for a teammate in the mid. Nobody there. Tommy not going to commit on that. Caden going to get control, turn things around for Inferno. Going to have to 50 and not able to do anything there. And we're seeing, Fishy, here, we are seeing a repeat of game number 2 for Inferno. They still 0 shots. Did they even get a single shot last game?
They had only one, so that's now 1 shot in about 8 minutes of play. And full credit to Bananas, because every time this Inferno team looks like they get a good touch out, Bananas are right there to just take a neutral 50 and keep the ball where they want it to be.
That's very true, and it does seem to be working out for him. One tap with a huge shot right there. But Inferno stayed strong. Butters finding that one near the ground, sinks it in, and has a little counterattack of their own.
And that's their first goal since game 1. They really needed that. And it just comes from a quick counterattack, like you said. They just needed that one clear out, and all of a sudden, they might come out of nowhere and take this game.
Could very well. There's 2 minutes left on the clock, a little over. Plenty of time for anything to happen. And Rocket League, Kyle looking for the one-timer from Caden. Gets a good shot, but one tap is there to make the stop. Ball gets popped up, floating in the midfield. Butters sending it back towards the Bananas goal. Bravo there for it. Gets one touch. Leaves it for one tap with the shot. Kyle can't make the stop. That is a feels bad moment.
Yeah, and it's even worse because it looked like Caden might have gotten to that save too. Just not expecting Kyle to jump for that one. I don't know if something went wrong in comms, they're calling someone off or something. But that's just an unfortunate defensive play from Inferno when really either of them could have made that save.
That's very true. Unfortunate touch from Kyle there. Yeah, I know that feels bad. I know the position he was in. He was looking at that going, oh, that's in, that's in. I have to make this touch. And he did make the touch. Unfortunate, just barely bounced off the crossbar, went in. But hey, Bananas up by 2 now, 3-1 with 1:20 seconds left on the clock. Inferno needing to find a second goal quickly if they want to stay alive here in game number 3. One tap, not able to get anything else off the flip reset. Bravo stayed back, gets the touch into his corner, trying to stick with it, but it looked like the entire Inferno roster was there. They are trying to turn the aggression up high. They know they have less than 60 seconds to start making some plays here. They're going to be in a very tough position with the big booming clear. One tap, able to put it into the Bananas corner. Butters there with the shot. Bravo not ready for that one. A beamer.
And all of a sudden, it looks like Inferno's starting to get all of the pressure. A couple of touches in a row going off Bananas' backboard without a clear to be found. And man, what a shot from Butters, their top corner, though. You can't stop that no matter how many goalies are in net.
Yeah, you love to see that placement right there. Butters with a great shot. And now with 37 seconds left on the clock, Inferno only down by 1. This is very doable by Caden and the boys.
Oh.
And oh no, the demo coming out on Kyle. Kyle able to make it back off the respawn and make the save right there. 20 seconds now as Caden and Butters attack this ball, trying to get it into the Bananas net. 15 seconds, Kyle out of the Inferno corner with the second touch, looking for the third. One tap to take it away from him. Butters putting a long ball on Bravo, making it back in time. Butters keeping it up and alive. Tommy trying to put it down. Kyle not going to let it go, but one tap going to finally put it down. Bananas going to be your winners in game number 3. They're now sitting at match point for the series.
And what a tale of two halves for that game. The first 2:30 of that, it looked like Bananas were going to take it comfortably 4 or 5-0, but all of a sudden in the end, Inferno started to make him shake a little bit. Even to the point where Bananas missed a bit of an open net towards the end.
Yeah, that was very interesting right there. It looked like Inferno was about to come back. They were starting to get things together. They were starting to breathe some life back into their team. Maybe they'll be able to roll with that momentum. They can't afford to lose another game in the series. They have to win the next 2 games if they want to take the W and stay alive for the season. Otherwise, Bananas, they're going to be the ones moving on So we'll have to see right here, right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's a do or die moment for Inferno. Game number 4 in the Forbidden Temple. If there was any arena that they could make it happen, it's definitely going to be this one. We'll have to see if they're able to, or if Bananas are going to close things out and move forward in the play-ins. Butters out of the corner, can't stick with the ball. Bravo to send it out to the mid. One tap down, back to Bravo. Caden with the big clear off of the wall. Tommy not going to stick with it, leaves it for KO. I got to stop myself real quick, Fishy. I just got to ask, am I saying his name right or am I saying it wrong? Do you know, is it KO or Kyo?
I think it's Kyo. I think with the I in there, yeah.
Okay, bet, because I hate getting people's names wrong, and I apologize. Oh my goodness, Caden with a huge shot, but it's going to bounce off of the crossbar. Tommy to send that one away from the Bananas goal. Caden with the 50. Bravo down to Tommy. Tommy putting one towards Inferno's net. Butters gonna make a catch and an easy save. Gets the flick, but immediately demoed. Kyo coming in for the revenge demo to even the odds, if you will. Tommy with the soft touch in Inferno's corner. Kyo gets it on top of his car. I'm not sure what they were doing. It almost worked, but it didn't. I can't tell if Butters messed that up or if it. What did you see right there, Fishy? You being the Titan, was that a blunder or was that almost an amazing thing?
You know, sometimes. Oh no, you can't hand it off. Oh no.
Never mind. It doesn't matter what it was.
Unfortunate from Kyo there. Really, it's been a couple of unfortunate ones for him. He's really just got to clear his head. There's plenty of time left for Inferno to come back here.
There certainly is, and yeah, you know, you hate to be in that position. Hopefully he can come up clutch, get his mind straight, and Inferno can bring this one back. If not, Bananas gonna be moving forward, sending Inferno home. Butters with a good bump on Tommy, not allowing him to get any sort of offensive look. Butters gonna take control in the corner. Butters coming off the ceiling, looking for a teammate to pass it back to. Nobody there. He makes the second touch off of the ceiling. Kyo getting control, pops it up. Caden just a little bit too fast to the play. Bravo popping it up, looking for the dumble, not able to find it, but Tommy there to clean things up. Bananas now take a 2-point lead.
And Kyo really was just left stranded there. You see Caden, he left the net looking for the boost in the back left corner, but the shot from Tommy was just coming too quick for him to get back to it. It looks like Inferno, they're just playing a bit too over-eager at the moment and letting Bananas have their way.
And you definitely can't leave yourself in a 2v1 against this Bananas roster. They've shown that they have great chemistry. They're able to find each other multiple times throughout a match. You cannot give them that, or they will take advantage of it, as we've seen them do multiple times throughout the series. I'm sure they will continue to do it if Inferno allows them to keep getting the 2v1s in their defensive zone. Caden with the 50 there. Kyo making the touch to send it out. Caden not able to beat one tap to the ball, and he's just got an open look on net.
And it really was just a smart play there from Steph, waiting for the weak clear to come out and banging it right back in the net. Again, the patience from Bananas is doing them wonders when these touches from Inferno are seeming a bit panicked right now. They'll really have to calm it down in the last half of the game if they want to mount a comeback.
They're certainly going to have to. I don't know if it's possible. I want to believe, I truly do, but this Bananas roster has been playing so solid during this series. Aside from game number 1, where Inferno picked up the W there, Bananas was essentially warming up, in my opinion, during that match, and it definitely has been showing during game 2 and game number 3 and game number 4 as well, as they have a 3-point lead, a 4-point lead with 1 minute and 48 seconds left on the clock.
They're just gonna keep putting on the pressure. It's Bravo again, throwing it out mid. He must have like 10 assists in this match, the way he keeps passing it middle to his teammates, and they keep putting it into the open nets. And it's not looking too good for Inferno here, down 4-0.
Not looking good at all, but Caden looking to get one for the road. Caden finally starting to throw in these mechanical plays. Gets that flip reset, but can't get it through the defense. Banana's just a little bit too strong right now. for this Inferno roster. As time winds down, they definitely got to find a quick goal here, and quite possibly they're going to want a goal directly off of the kickoff of scoring to cut the lead of the Bananas in half. As time, ticks down for this Inferno roster. We have just over 60 seconds left. Oh my goodness, that hurts my heart, Fish.
That really does sting for Kaio. I don't think he could even get there. It's close, I don't know, but take nothing away from the touch from Bravo. It's hard to get any power on those at all, and to even hit that on net takes a ton of skill. Not that it matters too much up 4-0, but he's really showing off his mechanics late in this one.
Yeah, that is, like you said, not that it matters, but hey, you love to see it regardless. And with 50 seconds left, I don't know if it's possible. Mathematically, definitely possible for Inferno to come back. But with the way these Bananas have been playing, they've been playing bananas in this series, and that's no Kizzy, no cap. In the final 30 seconds, winding down here. It's looking grim. It's looking dire, Fishy. But hey, you got to give it up. Inferno, they played really good that first game. The second game, they put up a pretty good fight. And hey, Butters gonna get at least one more goal for the road. Got to give respect there.
Yeah, they definitely haven't given up this entire series. I thought they looked out of it like 2 minutes into game 2 even. It looked like they were going to a point of no return, but they've kept their heads in it for the whole time. So full respect to these guys for showing up today.
100%. You love to see the competitiveness. You love to see the respect between the respect and the sportsmanship, and just bringing your all. And Butters said, "I'm not done. I'm not done. I got a few more seconds. Let me get one."
3 and 3 more seconds, is it doable?
I think technically it is. I've seen goals scored in 1 second off the kickoff, right? So if that happens 3 times in a row in favor of Inferno, we got an OT.
Oh.
And it didn't happen. But hey, it was it was possible. It's Rocket League. Bananas, congratulations. You're moving on to play on Saturday against, I can't even remember right now. My brain is so frazzled. Every time, Fishy, I watch Titan League, I'm astounded.
Well, they do move on to play Vanguard, is the team you're forgetting about there.
Yes.
Which could be an interesting matchup because both these teams had similar trajectories throughout the season. They both started out really hot, looking like the 2 of the top 3 teams, but again, both falling down into this play-in bracket eventually. It'd be a bit of a grudge match coming out in that play-in bracket.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see for sure. And then the winner of that match will actually be securing the 8th seed in the playoffs, and they'll be going up against the number 1 seed Krakens. So whoever wins in between those 2 teams has got a massive mountain standing in front of them.
Yeah, for sure. But whoever comes out of that one, they'll have momentum, to say the least, making their way through the play-in bracket. So we'll see what can happen once one of those teams play Krakens. But for now, I'm just looking forward to Bananas Vanguard.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a good one. But another good one is the match that we have coming up for you, ladies and gentlemen. After we get back from our break, we're going to be in the rival league where we have Whiteout going up against Vortex. That's going to be a pretty spicy one, I think. Fishy, I want to thank you for joining me in the booth. It's always a pleasure, my guy.
Yeah, I'm here to thank you as well. And shout out to all the fans watching here today as well.
Yeah, shout out to the community. Shout out to everybody that's come out here tonight, showed up. I see a lot of viewers in chat. That's awesome. You'll love to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got merch in the store. We're a Discord. If you're not a part of the Discord, join up. We're a threes league. We're at the end, we're in the playoffs and the play-ins, and then we usually take about an 8-week break, give or take a few weeks for a playoff, or for an off season before we will be getting back into season 8. So you have plenty of time, if you're not a part of the Discord, to get in the Discord, get your name out there, start playing in some 6-mans, get known in the community so you can find yourself a spot on a team next season. I think that's pretty much going to do it for us. So, yeah, appreciate everybody coming out. We're going to take a quick break here. I think about 6 or 7 minutes if you need to use the bathroom, anything like that. When we get back, we're going into the rival league. It's going to be nice. So, we'll see you in a couple.